What's happening, Carolina fans? Welcome to Two Fans in the Stands, a podcast related to all things Carolina Panthers and North Carolina Tar Heels. I'm your co-host, Tony.
And I'm your co-host, CJ.
Let's go. So, CJ, what's going on with you, cousin? How you feeling? You ready for this heated rivalry match between the North Carolina and Duke on Saturday?
Yeah, man. Ding dong, I'm ready for Carolina to ring that bell again.
Hey, listen, this thing might heat up and become a rivalry like the basketball teams. You know, Carolina 5-1, Duke 4-2. So we'll see what's gonna pop off this weekend. So what are you looking for in this? Go ahead.
You ever watch Wildin' Out?
Yeah.
You know, Emmanuel Hudson, when he get on there and do the thing, you know, Duke started off strong. Last 2 weeks, they're a little shaky. You know, a little shaky.
yeah, they have been shaky. So what are you looking for in this week's matchup?
Hey, man, I've said it all season. I'm going to keep on saying it because I actually think somebody's listening to me. Defense, defense, defense. Now, okay. I know last week, you know, they made Van Dyke look like he was, you know, a first-round draft pick. He threw for 400 and something yards. But that was a product of them really not being able to run the ball.
Right.
So that's all they had left was the throw. So I'm looking for them to build on that performance. They got to, they can't give up 400 yards passing every game. They gotta, they gotta clamp down on that. But it was a game where I think they got a lot of good experience and they got to, win a close one, and it was, and the other games were, like the App State game, but that was really just like a track meet. I mean, it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was almost like the last one with the ball, won.
That game was bananas.
That game was wild. But in this one, Carolina's defense was actually pretty solid. We always say that they play the first quarter, the fourth quarter, and they take the second and third off. But in this past game, they really only had, Miami scored a few points in the second quarter, and they really didn't give up nothing but that one touchdown at the end of the fourth quarter. So if they can put that kind of game effort, put that kind of game together again, and pull out that same effort, I think that I think we can pull this one out too.
Yeah, actually, to me, the defense have shown a good effort the past two games because I think, remember in that Virginia Tech game, they had a shutout in the second half. Cause I know we were raving about that. We was like, oh yeah, what? They done shut them out completely. So they, like I said, I think they are getting better little by little each week, and by the end of the season, my hope is that the defense is going to match the offense as long as the offense just keep humming along.
Yeah. This is true. This is very true. But like I said last week, when I said we got a more than capable offense, and I want to see the defense get to being capable. So that's still my goal for them. But I'm gonna take it one game at a time.
Yeah,
I know I sound like old head when that defense. Yeah, you got to take it one game at a time.
Don't get your hopes up too high,
man. let me tell you, because it's
up too high.
It could be an App State game waiting around the corner with anybody. You never know.
Exactly. You never know. Well, at least we do have the offense capable of a shootout, but we don't want to get into a shootout.
Yeah, and let's hope Drake May got all his bonehead plays out of him last week. So,
oh yeah, well,
we'll see.
That's another story, right?
I know. What are you looking forward to?
Well, basically what you just mentioned about the defense. I just want to know if I want to see the defense hold up against the Blue Devils offense, even though they haven't looked that great the last two games. They started the season off hot, and they still very capable. I think Calhoun is their wide receiver. He's one of the top receivers in the ACC right now. So getting him under control, that would be big for us. And they got a little bit of a running game as well. I want to see our defense try to take advantage of the offensive line. The offensive line is not too hot, so I would like to see our defense take advantage of of the offensive line of Duke, and just
Okay.
continue to progress defensively. Like I said,
Yeah.
just each week get a little bit better and better. I think from the looks of things, it looks like Gene Chizik has maybe simplified the defense a little bit more to allow these guys to play fast and free, even though they ain't
Mm-hmm.
playing that fast. But the the tackling is getting a little better.
Yeah.
You see a little bit of the mistakes that you saw in the first three games. You don't see that as much. My only thing is when you start moving man in motion, when they start implying or start using the smoke screen into the offensive plays, it confuses the back end. Our corners and
Mm-hmm.
our safety gets real confused about where it should go or who they got, and by that time the ball is snapped and all hell breaks loose. So
Yeah.
uh, I just
I would
want to see
agree.
them to continue to progress, and also I just want to see if Drake May gonna continue the hot streak. Right now he the hottest name in ACC. Like
Sure
I said,
is.
redshirt freshman, 21 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions and over 1,900 yards in the first 6 games. His
Mm-hmm.
first year starting, that's big. I mean, I know he's not being talked about like a lot of the quarterbacks, like in the SEC, and we talking about CJ Stroud and Bryce Young and Will Levis and all these guys, but for a redshirt freshman, I think he's doing more in my eyes than I expected. I didn't know what to expect, and I knew that Sam Howell was a tough act to follow. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that he has stepped into it and continued this offense humming along like they're doing right now. So
Mm-hmm.
those are things that I'm looking to see Saturday, that I'll be tuning in, keeping an
Okay.
eye on. What about you?
I hate. Hey,
What do you think
I
about
just
the offense?
I just need somebody to teach him how to slide. That's the only thing. Somebody got to show that kid how to slide.
It's like each week
Because
I look at the game, I'm like, he didn't visit the baseball team this week. I know he didn't.
nah,
No.
each time he take off, I'll be sitting there and he about to go down. I'll be like, and I'm like, oh, okay, he all right, he all right.
Something I didn't know. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, I didn't know he played point guard for Myers Park when
Mm-hmm.
he was in high school. So I didn't. He has a little bit more athleticism to him than what I thought, and now I understand how he sees the field like he do, because playing the point guard position in basketball, you have to be able to
Mm-hmm.
see the whole floor.
Yeah.
So I was kind of shocked at that. I didn't know that he was a starting point guard for Myers Park. So that can explain a lot. That can explain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, I need him to slide like he's a shortstop, pinch hitter or something. Get down, my man. I
Yeah.
know he kind of big, 6'5" to 20, but he to me he's still a little thin and not as strong as I believe he'll get later on
Yeah.
in the process.
And the funny thing is, his brother won the national title with Florida playing baseball. So it's not like it's only a phone call away. Like, hey bro, come up here. Let me schedule some time. I need you to teach me how to slide.
Right. But look, don't they? Okay, so Luke played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Drake is playing football, and they have another brother, if I'm not mistaken, that's in high school right now. Who?
Don't they have another brother that's a walk on Carolina's basketball team?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking
Bo
of.
May, I believe it is.
Yeah, something like that. Bo, Bo May. Yeah, because I know in the scrimmage game a couple days ago, he hit a three from the top of the key. So that's how I remembered him. And then they showed pictures of him with Luke and Drake and stuff like that. So which brother? Yeah. So it's four of them, because I know you mentioned one won a national
Luke.
championship with Florida.
Yeah, so it's Luke. I don't know the brother's name that played for Florida. Then you got Drake and Bo. So yeah, it's four of them. Well, at least, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But I want somebody to teach him how to slide, and I want the offensive line to keep opening up those holes, and let Hood and Hampton and Petaway and what's the other one name? Damn, I always get three of them.
DJ Jones.
Yeah, I always get three and can't never remember the fourth one.
Well, Petaway hasn't gotten a lot of run these past two games. I think he kind of has slid down on the depth chart a little bit. Matter of fact, him and Jones, it's mainly been Caleb Hood and Amarian Hampton. So
yeah, if they numbers call, I want them to be ready. So I'm gonna throw their names in there too.
Yeah, they'll be ready.
If I can remember all of them.
Right. They'll be ready.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that would do it for us on Two Fans in the Stands Week 6 preview of the North Carolina Tar Heels versus the Duke Blue Devils at Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina. Check us out after the game as we give a full game recap of the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils matchup.